After the holidays, a little cash goes a long way. The Chime checking account has tons of benefits to help, like fee-free overdraft up to $200 for eligible members, no monthly fees, and thousands of fee-free ATMs. You can even get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. Sign up for Chime today at chime.com/goals24. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. members FDIC. Spot me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. Access to direct deposits up to 2 days early depends on the timing of the submission of the payment file from the payer.
Psst, this is just a bonus. Enjoy your day. What's up, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, fathers and mothers, grandparents and grandpas, aunties and uncles, thinking about having a baby people, what's up? Yesterday was rough for me. Not Wednesday, but Tuesday was rough for me. I just really woke up realizing that my decisions to do this mom thing by any means sounded cool up until like my 30s, if you want to be honest. Your body with the work demand of living in the US will completely remind you that what you could have done in your 20s, now you're in your 30s, and we're not going to allow that. And it was hard for me to find the want to get up at 5:30, get the girls ready, wash my face, mouthwash, brush my teeth, cook breakfast, help them with their uniforms, do hair, make sure backpacks were closed, make sure they had hats, make sure they had coats, make sure, the dirty clothes got into the dirty clothes hamper, make sure they spread their beds, make sure they lotion, make sure their lips wasn't chappy, make sure their ears was clean. Because I was quickly reminded, I didn't have these kids by myself. And their dads get to wake up and start their day based upon their own personal schedule without kids included. And I'm not saying what moms do is way harder than what dads do, but I'm just saying if you don't live in the same household as the mother of your children, and you're not the main active everyday parent, you don't have to do the things you have to do on top of doing for your kids physically, like mothers do. And it's not that I felt unappreciated on Tuesday. I felt like I got the shitty end of the stick. But at the same time, I'm not a mom that would be able to live with the idea that my child is not with me on a daily basis and she lives with her father. And I wouldn't want any of my daughters being raised by a girlfriend and I just see them sometimes, or I just call sometimes. So it's not even that I would want their position on how they live day to day, but I just have a vision in my mind of if I was a father, how I would make sure where I lived wasn't far from who my kid's mother is. And some mornings we would be cordial enough for me to come in, greet, say good mornings, help her in the process of them getting ready, cooking breakfast, getting them to school, so she doesn't feel like she's the only one that had to do it. And it sounds, that's ridiculous, Chantal. That's not real life. That's not how that happens. But I know there are some parents who co-parent and are not in a relationship together in a romantic way. And they share those mornings, and they share the afternoon pickups, and they share the sports drop-offs and games, and they share, the week and weekends. And I'm really at a point where, one of my kids are 10 and the other one is 6, and I'm tapped out. I'm already tapped out, and they're not even preteens yet. And that's going to be another level of, I understand why women who are the main active parent, they feel this pressure to find a new relationship and quickly find a reason why this man should live with them and incorporate their romantic relationship and them getting to know someone new with their kids. And I don't want to do that. I don't want a relationship for the basis of the fact that I need a partner, I need help. Would it be nice for me to have a healthy relationship with a man who is already a father and understands the demand of the day-to-day? Yes. But I don't want to live with a man who I am not married to and our futures are not planned together just for the sake of having a body, And I would love their fathers to be more active and involved in the day-to-day that comes with them. But I know for Anya's dad, I don't think that's ever going to be possible because he can't even get him together, and he got 3 kids. Anya's 10. This year she'll be 11, and he still can't get it together. And I don't know if he wants to ever get it together, but I can't wait on him to get it together. So this idea that Anya won't experience the full experience of having a father involved bothers me. But at the same time, I take ownership on making that decision ignorantly. Is that a word? It's a word tonight. And so when it comes to this idea of how their fathers can be involved to help me, it's not even financial. I know more money, of course, more money will help anybody, right? But more money is not going to help me when my lower back is hurting and it's hard for me to get up. And I need rest. Today, I took off today for no reason other than I wanted to not have to be needed for more hours than I'm given. And I wanted to be able to relax. And I couldn't think of, it's so crazy. I couldn't think of anywhere I wanted to be outside that was enjoyable, that I enjoyed. One, because I got bills to pay. 2, because I'm going to be I'm not going to enjoy being out and about because I know I'm on a clock for my kids. It's one thing for like their fathers to be able to get up and do what they have to do and then have all this time after they do what they have to do what they want to do. I don't even get that. Like right now I'm creating merch for the podcast and I'm recording, but I have a bunch of dirty dishes from dinner in the sink that I gotta wash. I gotta make sure their uniforms are what it needs to be on the couch. I gotta take clothes out the dryer and fold it and put it away. I gotta sweep up under the table from where they ate. And that's something that they don't have to, I'm not gonna say they don't think about, because I know Arya's dad, I talked to him last night about it. And he's very understanding. He was raised by a single mom. So he understands, and the way that he would like to show up for us as like a parent, he feels bad because he can't physically and he can't financially right now. What he's working on is the betterment of himself, and I don't have any problem with that. I truly believe that if you have kids, no matter how much you may disagree with the other parent, sometimes you want the other parent to be in their best selves as much as possible, because that's going to allow your child to experience their biological parent doing their best and being able to give their best. So he understands that I need help and it ain't just financial, but at the same time, how he thinks he can help that, I don't see it happening anytime soon. And it's not me being what's the word, pessimistic. It's like me thinking about the reality of it. Like, I don't want to live in Atlanta. And if I move out of this house, God willing, let me knock on wood. Hold on. I want to move into the home that I bought land for. I don't want to move into a house that I'm renting to a house that's in Atlanta with young, ignorant people. That's not in the safe neighborhood with preteens because their dad wants to be closer. I love the idea of their dad being closer, but I ain't trying to move back into Atlanta. I'm trying to move in a safer, quieter, relaxed neighborhood, more south. And a lot of people hate the idea of being south of Atlanta, but anywhere in Atlanta or north of Atlanta or west of Atlanta or east of Atlanta, you paying crazy guap for not enough space and straight traffic. And I hate traffic. I am a back road mommy. Okay. I take back roads to the office. I take back roads from the office, and I enjoy my ride. I am not the woman sitting on the highway for 2 hours because of an accident on 75. I'm not doing it. Right. And they just keep building and building and building in Atlanta as if we have the space. And the reality is Atlanta, the city of Atlanta, that shit is full, is done. So they're going to have to push on the outskirts of Atlanta. And my thing is, like, if my funds is not growing or getting bigger, I'm not trying to move back into the chaos when I'm already in a calm. And I love this house. I've talked to the landlord multiple times about if he would want to sell it to me. And I understand that, he's older and he's married, and I believe him and his wife have their properties. They have about 10 properties in like a trust where they can live off of the income that they get from the rent from all their tenants. And I'm cool with that. But like, if he sold me this house, the way that I would add on to this house and just stay where I am, just for the peace and the convenience of how far it is from Atlanta, how far it is from the airport, and where I can go is perfect. But I really realized yesterday that my experience as a mom could be so much better if I really had a partner. Thank you so much for tuning into a bonus for Cozy Womb Podcast. This is a podcast about better parenting. If you are a parent or you're thinking about becoming a parent, cool. I love it. But if you're not going to do it for the right intentions, please do not. Either way, if you would like to support this podcast, you can click the link in the show notes and donate directly to Red Circle for this podcast. Or you can visit the Cozy Womb shop with Teespring and purchase some merch. Or if you would like to do a free supportive thing, you can share the show with a friend, share it with a parent, share it on your social media, or leave a review. Either way, I appreciate it. Now back to this bonus, because it must have been on my chest why I shared.
Here we go.
Back to the show.
Back to the show.
That was on the same shit that I'm on when it comes to these kids. And I know marriages are not guaranteed that it'll work out for two people or the kids, but I just feel this parenting shit for me has been lopsided for a very long time. And I realize why moms mentally check out or get to a point where they're just like, call your dad. If you want to live with your dad, let me help you pack your things so you can live with your dad. Not because they don't want to be around their kids, but it's just the mental capacity and the emotional capacity that multiple kids need from you on a daily basis, and it's always you. It's heavy, and I was talking about not always wanting to be a good mom. Not that I want to be mean or not that I don't want to do for them. There's no day that I don't do for my kids, even in their absence, even when my friends may have them or they're with their dad. I'm figuring out, okay, what do the girls need? If I get extra money in my check, do they need more shirts? Do they need more socks? Do they need more underwear? Do they need more polos? I'm buying something on Amazon. Does Anya need more shirts? And for Anya, it's very much me, because I can't obligate Ari's dad to do for Anya also. But I know he would love to be that for Anya, but it's just a lot to ask for him right now. It's just, and I feel like I'm doing the best. I'm doing the best that I can. I know I'm doing a good job, but I'm tired. And I need people to understand that having a good parent for your kids is not a given. It's not automatic. And you shouldn't look at it as an expectation that has to happen, because in the expectation that that has to happen, you lose appreciation. And I do not at all feel appreciated by Anya's dad. I never have. A lot of his apologies have always fallen on deaf ears, because for me, you can't apologize to me in words. You got to apologize to me in action. And it's never been that for him. Ari's dad gets it. And I know he's in a higher pressure situation than I am. But I try to do everything that I can do to move around things. But if I can't move around things anymore, and I don't have any other avenue of help, I have to ask him. And he doesn't tell me no. If it comes to, him saying, okay, give me a few minutes, he'll do his best to help me. And I do appreciate it. And I always tell him thank you. He's not selfish when it comes to being a father and showing up and being understanding. I know he would give me his last when it comes to me needing something for the girls. But it's like, I can't duplicate me and I can't duplicate them. And I understand how some single dads that have kids full time and some single moms just have their days where they just want to give up because the energy is not there. The mental ability is not there. There are some days where some parents just be like, we staying home today. Why? What happened? We staying home today because the emotional, mental, and physical capacity that you have to show up in on a daily for kids to be their best selves is hard. I know right now with this economy, there's a lot of parents who are not sending their kids to school because they can't afford it. Whether you're live in the city or not. There's a lot of parents who may not have a vehicle because they can't pay insurance or the registration, and they can't get their kids to and from school. And there's a lot of counties that are super strict on how many days your child can miss of school. And, Georgia is not set up like Philly. Philly, my brothers will walk blocks to come pick me up from school. I would walk blocks with my youngest brother to and from school. I rarely got rides to school. I can't remember in no time I got rides to school in Philly or from school. Only in Maryland when my brothers would come from Philly to visit. Sometimes, he will come check me out of school early, and I'll spend the weekend with him in Philly and he'll drive me back. But when I think about it, my mom had a village of help when it came to raising us, me and my youngest brother. My oldest brothers were primarily raised in Jamaica with my grandmother and aunts and uncles and other cousins. So their dynamic with my mom is a bit different. I feel like out of all my mom's children, I'm the closest. I'm the one that knows the most, that she's comfortable with telling that she needs something or something's wrong. But And it's not even that I don't have people to help me. I do. But at a certain point, you can only ask for so much help beyond your responsibility. And I know these kids are my responsibility, but I also have to have my human moments where I'm just like, I can't do it today. And who shows up when I can't do it today? And that right there that's it. I slept for 4.5 hours today. And it felt good. And the crazy part is I'm still tired. I'm still tired. But I'm so glad I thought of myself today. Not even knowing, like, I took this day off weeks ago, not knowing what mood I was going to be in the day before today. And it's so amazing to me on how my vision works. And when I say vision, I'm not talking about sight. I'm talking about my ability to have visions of what I may need in the future, or see things in the future before they happen, exactly how they happen, and fulfill my need. Is definitely a gift. And I don't take those moments for granted, but I'm glad I showed up for me today. I'm glad I chose to take that rest instead of go out and shop, or go out and just look around at stuff, or be somewhere in Atlanta doing something I didn't have to do. And what's so crazy is today, while I was dropping something off to Goodwill to donate, and I didn't go in. Come on, self-discipline. I did not go in. The repair spot called me and was like, your truck is ready. You can pick it up today. And I was just like, look at that. Because if I was working, I wouldn't even be able to pick up my truck. You know, I want to be able to refill the rental to be able to take it back and pick up my truck. And even though I had to pay rent today, and it left me with like $30, because when I did get paid last week, I put a lot of money into my savings accounts and the girls' savings accounts. I didn't want to move that money, so I paid my rent today. Tomorrow's the 1st. I'm so grateful that I'm in a position to be able to do that by myself. But at the same time, I gotta use that money. We need that money. Oh my God. Don't let my work be in vain. Don't let my work be in vain. I had to stop at my brother's shop, and I'm just like, Rich, I have to fill up the gas in the rental before I take it back. And I have to put gas in the truck when I get it. Because I know when I took the truck to them to repair it a month and a half ago, it was on like a half a tank or lower. When I picked up the truck, they had 2 dashes of gas in it. And so my brother gave me some money to be able to put gas in both vehicles and still have some left over. And when I tell you, I may not have a father living and well, but I have, my brother has always been a father-ish support system for me. He knows that I'm not gonna ask him for anything just to have it. And I appreciate him so much for just being able to give me that ease between like my transitions of doing things, especially when it comes to the girls. I could ask him or my nephews to pick up the girls from school if I can't get there in time, and I appreciate them so much. I can't do what I do for the girls by myself. No one is supposed to do everything for their kids by themselves, and don't feel bad because you have to ask for help. Asking for help is a part of parenting. And you have to be real with yourself and remember and remind yourself that you are human. And, yesterday was rough. I was venting. I was venting on IG. I was venting on Twitter. I was venting on TikTok. I was venting on Drake's live. He was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Drake." But he understood. And I would love more people to be understanding, but I'm happy with the people that I have that are understanding. But I just pray that my life gets easier. I pray that I can have enough help to enjoy the process of parenting, because it is a process. And supporting parents helps them enjoy the process of parenting, because parenting is an ongoing process, because children have to learn what? I'm watching my friend's dogs while he goes away for the weekend. They're not my dogs. Alan doesn't want us to have dogs here, so shh, don't tell him. But I'm just watching them for the time being. And yeah, you got to support parents. You're not coming in my bed. I don't do that. Okay? That's out, player. Relax. All that licking. Just do your best. Remember that you're a parent. You are human. You're not a super dad. You're not a super mom. Yes, you make things happen, but you also need to refresh, reboot, and be revived to be able to show up your best self. Please take your vitamins. Please eat your fruit. Please exercise. I'm about to go take a pain pill for my back because I can feel it already. I think I'm done making merch. I'm going to have a 20% off sale until the 7th on Cozy Moon Shop and Loud Mouse Stereo Shop. So if you want to grab a t-shirt, sticker, hoodie, sweatshirt, they'll be up there. And I hope you guys enjoy Black History Month. And remember to tell the truth about Black history. That's the only way we learn. Our kids learn, and history won't repeat itself. There's a lot of books that are being banned from libraries, schools, and colleges. So if you can grab some of those banned books off of Amazon, it's a great time to purchase banned books. and just have them in your home. I have a lot of books in my home that my girls can grab and read at any time. I'm always pro more children's books over more toys. And I think it's very important for children to have books, which are windows to the mind, over having toys. You know, these kids today, they play with toys for about a week and then they're done with it. Please don't throw those toys in the trash. Please donate them or save them for when people are having a toy drive. There are so many kids who just feel left out of the experience of being kids that may not have. But yeah, that's my rant. And just remember, inner peace flows through you, even though you don't feel peaceful all the time. Remember that you are a magnet of good energy and opportunity, and you got to believe that. Do your best, and if you're doing your best, I believe our Creator brings us opportunities to expand and be better. But you got to do your best. You got to honestly put in the work. And I really wish I had someone to do the job of showering me, because I am tired and I do not want to shower myself. But I am, because good hygiene is great. Thank you so much for listening to me blab. Go out there and support a parent. Bye.
Transform the look of your home with big savings at Menards. Window Images faux wood room darkening blinds add a classic design and privacy. They're available in a variety of trendy colors, like oak, gray, or mahogany, to match any decor. Plus, get them trimmed to width for free. Save big money on window treatments at Menards. And don't forget to check out our flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save